There are total 59 warframes in the game, yet most of the players struggle to unlock even handful because they don't know where to farm. I know the struggle. I completed the entire star chart using only Excalibur. Even currently, Excalibur is my most used frame in my profile. Crazy, right? But here's the thing, you don't have to struggle like I did. Therefore, this is the ultimate guide to farm each and every warframe in detail. I'm not only going to tell you exactly where to get them, but how to farm their crafting material as well. So make sure you watch this video till the end. We are going to start with our first frame, Ash. You can buy his main blueprint from the market, but for other components, you have to do railjack missions. For the system blueprint, you need to do Venus Proxima defense or survival mission until rotation A. It means until first 2 wave or 10 minutes. Similarly with chassis blueprint, Pluto Proxima survival or defense mission. And for neuroptics, Neptune Proxima defense or survival. Your choice. Next is Atlas. You get his main blueprint from the Jordas Precept quest. And for his component blueprints, you have to do Jordas assassination mission on Ares planet. Next is Banshee. You can get her from the Tenno lab in the dojo. If you do not have any clan dojo, then you can simply go to recruitment chart and ask for clan. Other players will send you invitation. Next is BARUUK, and you can get his blueprint from the little duck in Vox Solaris. You need to have at least rank 2 for his main blueprint, and for component blueprint you have to be rank 3. But crafting his blueprints will need 8 types of unique resources, which I will tell you where to farm them. First is Solar Toroid. Select the lowest level bounty mission and abandon the bounty. Then come here near the Temple of Profit. Then let the enemy put reinforcement back on and wait till it hits alert level 4. Then those Kaitarakonoid will spawn. Then just kill them. But be careful, don't destroy the reinforcement back on. You will need total 3 Solar Toroid. Similarly for Vega Toroid, you have to do the same step but near the spaceport. And for the Cold Toroid, you have to do near the enrichment labs. Also, you need to gather 3 types of crystals from the mining. If you don't have any mining drill, then simply go to Smokefinger and buy Sunpoint Plasma Drill. Equip in the gear wheel and go to Orb Valleys. Then mine 150 Hesperon, 5 Zodian and 3 Thist. After gathering those crystals, go to Smokefinger and buy the respective blueprints and then just craft them in the foundry. Then you need to gather 2 more resources to craft BARUUK. Both can be acquired by fishing. Go to the business and buy fishing rod with these 2 baits. You have to capture these 2 types of fish. First one is available in the cave hotspot, which are located here, and the second one is available in the pond, which is located here. Make sure to use respective bait to catch the particular fish. After catching the fish, once again go to the business and dismantle the fish. Then you will get your components. Next is CALIBAN. You can get his main blueprint from the market. And for the component blueprint, you have to do level 50 to 17 Narmer bounty mission, either on Fortuna or Cetus. Those bounty mission will unlock after the new war and only available in the day. To craft his components, you will need 9 anomaly shards, which can be acquired by killing the sentients on Murex ships, which is available on Whale Proxima. Murex ships is represented by red flashing node on Whale Proxima. Then you will need 40 Narmer Isoplat and 30 Breath of the Eidolon, which can be rewarded in the bounty. Here also you need to farm 2 types of fishes. First one is saltwater Thralok, which you can farm near the coastline. Second one is Martus lungfish, which you can found in the pond. Then go to Fisher Haluk and cut the fish. And the last resource you will need is Hesperon alloy. Mine the Hesperon crystal in Orb Valleys. Then go to Smokefinger in Fortuna, buy the Hesperon alloy blueprint and craft them in the foundry. There you have it, all the resources for CALIBAN. CHROMA. You can get the main blueprint after completing the new strange quest. For the component blueprints, you have to complete specific junctions. For neuroptics, you have to complete Uranus junction. For system, Pluto Presto junction, and for the chassis you have to complete Neptune junction. To craft the CHROMA component blueprint, you will need other Warframe component as well. For the neuroptics, you will need EMBER neuroptics. For the chassis, you will need Frost chassis as well, and for the system you will need Siren system. Next is CITRINE, and her blueprint and component blueprints you can only farm in Mirror Defense mission on Tanya Pass at rotation C, which is unlocked after Heart of Deimos mission. To craft the CITRINE blueprint, you will need two unique resources. First one is faceted diametrite, second one is stellated necrathine. For that you need to mine diametrite and necrathine in Cambion Drift. Then go to Otak and buy reusable blueprint and craft them in the foundry. Next is Cyto 9, and the main blueprint is rewarded after completing the Hex quest, and his component blueprints are obtained from the Holvenia bounty. For the chassis you have to do 55 to 60 level bounty. For the neuroptics you have to do 65 to 70, and for the system 75 to 80 level bounty mission. And all the resources you will need to craft the City 9 blueprint, you can get those from the bounties respectively. DAGATH, the main blueprint and the component blueprint you can get from the DAGATH hollow in the clan dojo. To craft the DAGATH component, you will need only one unique material, which is Vent Horn, which can be farmed from the abyssal zone on Cirrus planet. Next frame is Dante. You can farm his main and component blueprints from the Disruption mission on Deimos at rotation C. Disruption mission does not follow our regular AABC pattern. Instead, it goes like ABCC, and it will keep continuously rotation until you stay. To craft his component blueprint, you will need 4 types of unique resources. First one is Entirety Laton, which you can get on the Halaco perimeter, which is the exterminate mission, and the Greenway is mobile defense mission. You can choose one of them. Second is Below Voka, which you can get from the 75 to 80 level bounty mission in Sanctum Anatomica. And last 2 resources, Entirety Obols and Necrocoil, which you can farm in the Deimos Presto survival mission. Moving on to the next frame, Ember. The main blueprint can be purchased from the market, and for the component blueprints you need to do assassination mission on the Saturn. Next frame is Equinox, and you can purchase her blueprint from the market, but she have unique crafting method. You need to farm her night aspect and day aspect blueprints, which can be farmed from Titania assassin mission on Uranus. Next is Excalibur, one of the 3 starter Warframe. You can purchase his blueprint from the market, and for the component blueprints you can obtain those by killing Lieutenant Lech Krill assassination mission War on the Mars. Next frame is Frost. You can purchase his blueprint from the market, and for his component blueprints, you have to kill the boss on Exta Cirrus planet. Next frame is Gara, and the main blueprint is awarded after completing Saya's Vigil quest. And for the component blueprints, you can get those from the bounty mission on the Cetus. 5 to 15 level bounty mission will give you chassis, 10 to 30 level bounty mission will give you system, 20 to 40 level bounty mission will give you neuroptics. For crafting her component blueprint, you need to mine these 3 types of stone in the plains of Eidolon. Then go to Old Man Sambat and buy respective alloy blueprints and craft them in the foundry. Then you need to catch charkill fish in the lake of Plains of Eidolon and go to Fisher High Look and cut the fish. Also you will need Citrus Wisp, which only spawn at the night near the shoreline. And lastly you will need Grogdul and Edite. Start the highest level bounty mission. You don't have to complete the bounty, you just have to collect those resources. And because of higher level bounty mission, you will get maximum Edite and Grogdul from one container. Follow this route to get exact location of Edite and Grogdul. Next frame is Garuda, and you can get her blueprint after completing Vox Solaris quest. And for her component blueprint, you need to do Fortuna bounty mission. For the chassis 5 to 15 level, for the system 10 to 30 level, and for the neuroptics 20 to 40 level. To craft the component blueprints, you will need 9 type of unique resources. First is Solar Toroid. Select the lowest level bounty mission and abandon the bounty. Then come here near the Temple of Profit. Then let the enemy put reinforcement back on and wait till it hits alert level 4. Then those Kaitharachnoid will spawn. Then just kill them. But be careful, don't destroy the reinforcement back on. You will need total 3 Solar Toroid. Similarly for Vega Toroid, you have to do the same step but near the spaceport. And for the Cold Toroid, you have to do near the enrichment labs. Then you need to mine these 6 type of stones. All of them can found in the orb valleys. Then go to Smoke Finger and purchase the respective alloy blueprint and craft them in the foundry. Next frame is GAUSS, and you can get his main blueprint from the market and component blueprints from the Kappa mission on Sidna. It is a disruption mission. To craft his components blueprint, you need 8 unique resources. You need to mine these 3 gems in the plains of Eidolon, and you have to farm Groktul as well. And these 2 gems you have to mine in orb valleys. Also, you have to collect these 2 resources from orb valleys. Just go with highest level bounty mission and collect those resources. You don't have to complete the bounty. Next frame is GRENDEL. The main blueprint can be purchased from the market, and the component blueprints are awarded after completing certain mission on Europa using locator. You can purchase those locators from arbitration honor vendor at any relay. Complete those missions to get your component blueprint. And for the crafting, you will need 6 type of unique resources. First is Kondrok wing. You can get those by killing Kondrok in plains of Eidolon. Similarly, Kuaka spinal claw by killing Kuaka. And you will need 4 fishing resources. First is Tralok eyes and second is Mercray liver. Both are saltwater fish. You can capture those in Citrus coastline. And finally, you will need fish meat and fish oil. These both resources can be acquired by cutting the fish from Fisher High Look. Next frame is GYRE. You can get her main and component blueprint from the Zariman Beauty on Chrysalid. For neurotics, you need to do 50 to 55 level bounty. For chassis, 60 to 65. For the system, 70 to 75, and for the main blueprint 90 to 95. To craft his blueprint, you will need 4 types of unique resources. First one is Thrax Plasm, which you can get from the Void Cascade mission in Zariman. Void Gel Orb and Entity Lathorn. These both resources can be farmed from Exterminate or Mobile Defense mission in Zariman. And the last resource, Void Plum Quill, you can get those by killing Ravenous Void Angel on Oro work. Next frame is HARROW. The main blueprint is rewarded after completing Chains of HARROW quest. For the other components, you can get the neurotics and system from Kua survival mission on Kua fortress. And for the chassis, it can be acquired from the Void Fisher enemies. Next frame is HILDRYN. You can get the main blueprint from the Little Duck, and for the components, those can be obtained from the Exploiter orb. To craft her blueprint, you will need 4 unique resources. First one is Lazuli Toroid, which can be acquired from Exploiter orb, and other 3 resources are very easy to find in orb valleys. Mitocardia spore you can found here. Thermal sludge can be found in a container near Corpus camps, and the last resource you can get from this giant mushroom. Next is HYDROID. You can purchase his blueprint from the market and component blueprint from the assassination mission on Earth called Oro, which you will unlock after gaining mastery rank 5. Next frame is INAROS. You can get the main and component blueprint from the Sand of INAROS quest. Next frame is IVARA. All the blueprints can be acquired from the spy missions. The main blueprint and neuroptics blueprint you can get from Tier 3 spy mission. You can choose a spy mission from any of these planets. For the chassis, you need to do Tier 2 spy mission from these planets. And for the system, you have to do a spy mission on any of these planets. Next frame is JADE. You get the main blueprint from the JADE Shadow quest, and her components can be obtained from the Ascension mission on Brutus Uranus. Next frame is KHORA. You can get her main and component blueprint from Normal Century Onslaught. Next frame is KOUMEI. The main and component blueprints can be acquired from Saya's Vigil Shrine Defense mission. Also, to craft her components, you need to gather Fate Pearl from the same mission. Also, you need to gather these 4 resources as well. I already talked about those resources. You can check out this timestamp. Next frame is KULLERVO. You can buy main and component blueprint from Akrithis for KULLERVO Ben. She will appear in the Dormi zone on the way to Duveri. To farm the Kuero Ben, you have to go to open world in Duveri and go to Kuero Hold. There you can talk to Warden and fight with KULLERVO. To craft his blueprint, you will need 12 types of unique resources. Lamentus will be dropped by Dax enemy. Rune Marrow and Agristone you can get from the circuit. All the remaining resources you can farm from this location on this map. Next frame is LAVOS. You can get his main and component blueprints from the father with entirety standing. For the crafting resources, you will need these two types of gems from Cambion Drift. Then go to Otak and buy respective blueprints to craft them in Foundry. And lastly, you will need titanium, which you can earn from any mission on the railjack. Next frame is Limbo. You can get his main blueprint from the market and components are rewarded after completing the Limbo Theorem quest. Next frame is Loki. You can get his main blueprint from the market, and for the component blueprint you have to do assassination mission on Saturn, which is called Samath. Next frame is Mag. You can purchase her blueprint from the market and her component from the assassination mission Illard on Phobos. Next frame is Mesa. You can get her main blueprint from the market, and you can get her component by defeating Mutalist Aladvi on Iris planet. But for this mission you need a specific key. The key will be awarded after completing Patient Zero quest, and to craft the key you will need Mutalist Aladvi coordinates, which you can get from the infested invasion. Next frame is Mirage. You can purchase her main blueprint from the market, and remaining blueprints will be rewarded after completing Hidden Message quest. NEKROS main blueprint is available in the market, and for his component blueprints you have to do assassination mission on Deimos. Next frame is NEZHA. You can get her from Tenno Lab in the Clan Dojo. Next frame is Nidus. The main blueprint is awarded after completing the Ghast Gambit quest, and other components are acquired from Rotation C of Infested Salvage mission on Ortrus Ares planet. Next frame is Nova. You can purchase her blueprint from the market and her components blueprint by defeating raptors on Namaha Ares planet. Next is Nyx. You can get her main blueprint from the market and her component blueprints from defeating Florid on assassination mission that appear during the infested invasion. Next frame is Oberon. You can purchase his blueprint from the market, and for his component blueprints you can get the chassis from Saturn Proxima and his neuroptics and system from Earth Proxima point of interest. It means while you completing the regular mission you will be given a secondary ping as a point of interest task. You just have to complete that. The drop chance from that point of interest is only 10%, so you might have to do several times. Next frame is Octavia. You can get her main blueprint from Octavia Anthem quest, and the chassis blueprint is rewarded after completing music puzzle on Lua. A system blueprint can be found in the rotation A of Plateau Exterminate mission on Lua planet. You can get the neuroptics blueprint in the rotation C of Terrorem survival mission on Deimos. Next frame is Protea. You can get her main blueprint by completing the Deadlock Protocol quest, and her components blueprint can be acquired from Garum Void, a special location only accessible from Corpus ship. All you have to do is pick a mission from this list. I will recommend to go with quick mission. Then complete the mission objective and wait for 2 to 5 minutes to treasure respawn. Kill him, pick up the crown and enter the void, just like you did in Deadlock Protocol quest, and kill those enemies as fast as you can. Next frame is Corvex. You can get his main blueprint from the Whisper of Wall quest, and for the component you have to do Sanctum Anatomica bounties from level 55 to level 75. Next frame is Revenant. You can get his main blueprint from Mask of Revenant quest. For his components you have to do Cetus bounty mission. For chassis level 30 to 50, for neuroptics level 40 to 60, for the system level 20 to 40. Next is Rhino. The main blueprint can be purchased from the market, and for component blueprints you have to defeat Jackal on Fossa, Venus planet. Next frame is Seren. The main blueprint can be purchased from the market, and for the component blueprints you have to do assassination mission on Mero, Sidna. Next frame is Sevagoth. You can get his main blueprint from the Call of Tempestari quest, and his component blueprints from the Well Proxima Void Storm. It is a Void Fisher mission on Railjack. Next frame is Stinex. You can get main and component blueprints from the Cheaper of Khal Garrison with the stock, and you can earn those stocks by completing Break Narmer bonus challenges. Next frame is Titanium. The main blueprint is rewarded after completing Silver Crew quest, and other components blueprint can be purchased from Cephalon Simaris. Next frame is Trinity. The main blueprint can be purchased from the market, and the component blueprints you can get by defeating Ambulus on Hades Pluto planet. Next is Valkyrie. The main blueprint can be purchased in the market, and other component's blueprint you can get from Mullard V assassination mission on Jupiter. Themisto. Next frame is Woban. You can get his blueprint from the market, and for the component blueprints you have to purchase from Nightwave. Next frame is Volt. The main blueprint and the component blueprints can be acquired from the Tenno lab in the dojo. Next frame is Varuna. You can get her main and component blueprints from conjunctional survival mission Circulus on Lua at Rotation C. You will unlock Lua after War of Within quest. You can gather all the crafting resources from that same mission as well. Next frame is Wisp. You can get her main and component blueprint from Ropololist on Jupiter. Next is Wukong, and you can get him from Tenno lab. Next frame is Zaku. You can get his main blueprint after completing Heart of Deimos quest, and his component blueprints can be acquired from Cambion Drift bounty. Neuroptics from 15 to 25 level, System from 30 to 40 level, and Chassis from 40 to 50 level. And gathering resources for crafting blueprints is one hell of a task. First you need to mine Thomika in Cambion Drift, then go to Otak and buy Thomika distillate blueprint and craft them in foundry. You also need to get Isher Devar from Plains of Eidolon and Venerdo alloy from Fortuna. Then you need to do fishing in Citrus coastline and capture Sharak fish and cut it from Fisher High Look. Also you have to capture these two fish. You can find them in the cave of Cambion Drift. Then cut them from the daughter. Then you need to get Gyromag system from Profit Taker bounty. You must be rank 5 with Solaris United. Lucent Theroglobe, you can get them from Necralis 5 to 15 level bounty. Another resource you will need is Breath of the Eidolon, which you can get from the Citrus bounty. Scintillant, you can get those from Necralis 15 to 25 level bounty mission. And these two resources you can find all over the Cambion Drift. Next frame is Yareli. You can get the main blueprint from the Wave Rider quest. And for the components blueprint, you can get those in the Clan Dojo, Wendskid, Bash Lab. For the crafting requirement, you need to mine these two stones in Orbuelis and buy the reusable blueprints from the Smoke Finger and craft them in the foundry. Lastly, you need to catch servo fish in the cave during cold weather and cut them from the business to get your resources. And the last frame is Zephyr. You can get him from the Tenno lab in the dojo. If you watch this video till here, please subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching.